Hello, Minotaurs and Micromanagers. My name is TV Skyn, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. It's been a little while since I've played myself, which means I'm customarily a little bit lost as to what the hell I was doing before I, well, you know. Oh, hello. I was doing like previously on the thing, but it turns out I'm here, and there's a big labyrinth, and it's a 24-man raid. So, haven't done one of those before. That should be interesting. Someone told me in chat to open a... I was thinking about is that the duty finder? Or is there a specific thing you can open that sort of gets you... Oh, party finder! Ha ha ha! Well, hello. I will say, like, one thing that's enticing me to play the mage classes is they get weapons that look like this. Come on! Like, that's just too cool. Oh, those are tarot cards, aren't they? I say tarot cards because in Danish it's tarotkort, but it's called tarot, I know. It's like French term or whatever, but I instinctively say tarot, but those are tarot cards. Are they custom made for Final Fantasy specifically? Like, is that a thing of, like, you can buy them as merchandise? Or are they just, like, generic ones? Because I feel like I see a repeat there. Yeah, the same card is coming up twice in that rotation there. Oh! Oh, look at that. Okay, I see. So they're doing the... Like, the physics simulation ruins it a little bit, but they're doing the... Right, okay, like the... That's the walk animation of the Black Mage from Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3, basically, that they're doing. That's cute. That's adorable. That's a nice coat, too. Actually, this fit is pretty damn good. Like I've said many times before, I kind of like the simple fits. Like the ones that, like when you have all of the opportunity to do all of the anime nonsense that you want in a game like this, that you then choose to go with something that's, like, relatively downplayed. Like, this is sort of Game of Thrones fit, right? Like with the exception that there's an anime cat girl on the other side of it. But this is sort of like a little bit Game of Thronesy, a little bit like this is an elder statesman who runs a city or something. Oh, hello. And I have a certain appreciation for that, like when you faced with the opportunity to do any outrageous thing that you want, that you sort of show restraint. Not that it's better. Oh, God. Okay, hi. Hello. Just fucking look up and that thing's there. Was that the lunar whale? I feel like the lunar whale was like blue in Final Fantasy IV, wasn't it? Oh, what? Oh, a little owl. Aw. Well, if you want to give me one, I'm happy to take it. I'll stick with my rat though. Because it's my tiny rat. Look at my tiny rat. He's so cute. Oh, that's really nice. Anyway, I keep getting distracted by fits. I should... sorry, hang on. How many people are here? Do y'all want to join the party, or do you just want to stand around showing off how cool your fashion is? Either is good by me. Okay, let's actually get into the... Before I get distracted by too many more things, let's actually get into the damn labyrinth. Let's see, Labyrinth of the Ancients. And doing this correctly, I hope. One of your party members does not meet the requirements for this... What? How so? Me? Is it me? Am I the one? No, it's only level 50. What's the requirement? 1 to 8 players, 3 parties, 1 tank, 2 healers, 5 DPS. Sorry, Oh, you can't have 2 tanks. Ah. Right. Which one else is the tank? Is that the blue one? Right, well, I don't really have any other class than tank to work with here, so let's try it like that. Is that a fucking... Is that a lightning katana? Oh my god. I am the storm that is approaching. Oh man, you can be so cool in Final Fantasy XIV in like a really 14-year-old kind of way, and I love it. Like I really genuinely, like I never want to be making fun of like these things, like because like the point of a game like this isn't to be like the best, most refined, serious, sensible character design. Like that's not the point. The point of this is to be the coolest fucking shit you've ever seen in your life. Like just to indulge yourself and enjoy your indulgences. Like that's what you're supposed to do with these things. Like so, like yes, I talk talk a lot about like how I appreciate sort of the restrained fits, but like if you do show up as the most insane anime swordsman anyone has ever seen in their lives, that's still fucking cool. Like genuinely, that is still fucking cool. Like, because the thing that's cool about games like these, especially the ones that allow you a lot of self-expression, is that you can just look like a fucking lunatic. Like you can look like a lunatic. You can look like the cringiest, like 14-year-old, my OC is a half angel, half demon, like anime swordsman shit, and that's cool, right? Like it's like it's cool in the way that things that are cringe are always kind of cool. Like that's like because there's a sincerity there when it's just like fuck it, I'm just gonna do the like the dumb shit that would have been cool to me when I was 12 and have fun with it. That's the thing about cringe, is like a lot of the stuff we call cringe is just sincerity. Like it's cringe, like not always, but a lot of cringe is just a reaction to sincerity and to emotional vulnerability, right? And like to represent your authentic self or something you authentically care about is always emotionally vulnerable, and therefore it's always cringe. Like it's like for someone it is always cringe when you present yourself as vulnerable in some way, and that's why like that's why cringe isn't so bad, honestly. Right? It depends what kind of cringe. Like some kinds of cringe are like something that is extremely cringe is like insecure men who sort of like beat their chests about their masculinity, right? Like that's cringe because it's like it's cringe to me because it's the kind of thing that I remember like when I was 14 I would probably have been taken in by that shit. Like if I hadn't gone another way in my life, I could probably have been taken in by these like manosphere losers and sort of bought into their stupid snake oil. But so that makes me cringe to look at because like I know, oh fuck, that could have been like it could have been me. How can you be this dumb? Like how can you be as dumb as I was? You dumb fucking like grow up, be better. But like most of the stuff that people tend to call cringe, like when you really sincerely, deeply love an anime or a book series or like whatever, right? Like, and people's like, oh my god, it's so fucking cringe. Like this person cosplays as this character, and they have like art of the thing on their walls, and like they have all the books and like 3 language. Like, oh my god, like that is cringe, but it's cringe because it's vulnerable. Like because it is so sincere that the only 2 things you can do with it is be charmed by it or be disgusted by it. Like it's sort of the only 2 available reactions to something that is that emotionally pure. The best cringe is wearing the most inappropriate clothes in a serious cutscene in the game. It's good fun. Yes, I've noticed that, like, when Brick, who's, like, 2 feet taller than most other people in a given cutscene, and the camera just, like, zooms in directly on his crotch. When another character is talking and he's standing behind them, it's just, like, crotch shot for Brick. And while I don't have the sluttiest booty shorts in the world, I do have something that's, like, enough that it's a little silly. Thank God I only had 56k internet at that age, and Twitter, Facebook didn't exist. Yeah. I mean, that's a thing, like, I wonder if, like, because I'm also a fucking old man. I wonder, like, how much that's gonna, like, if people can imagine what the internet was like before Google. Right? Like, if people, like, can you imagine what the internet was like before Google, before Twitter, Facebook, before the consolidation of social media, before there were, like, a small set of primary destination websites on the internet that sort of become the nexus of all other internet travel, right? Like when you go to a website, you usually go there via a link on Google, via a link on Twitter, via a link on Facebook. It was like a very, 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 very different way to be on the internet. I remember that. Like, it used to be that, like, there was, like, several different search engines, and they were good at different things. Like, searching on Alta Vista and searching on Ask Jeeves were two very different things to do. And it was definitely clunky. Like, it was definitely not fast or convenient or slick or pretty. And it had a much larger barrier to entry in terms of technical ability. But there was also a certain freedom to it. Thank you for making me feel young. Yeah, I mean, if you don't remember an internet before Google, you're still a child. I say. As if Shifu isn't there in chat. Like, being the oldest Methuselah in the goddamn chat room, I promise you. Have you crumpled to dust yet, old man, or is it still a work in progress? Remember loading a picture took almost half a minute? Yeah, I do remember. Like, we always had fast internet in my house, because, like, my dad needed it for work. But no, yeah, like, I remember when, like, loading up a JPEG was, like, a thing of, like, it loaded in, like, line by line, and you sort of watched it sort of progressively. And the people used to troll with that. Like, they used to, like, with the upload, like, the top half of the image is, like, whatever, a woman in a bikini or whatever, and then the bottom half of the image would be something horrible, and people would troll each other by sending them that, so that, like, you see, oh, they sent me a sexy picture for some reason, and then the last half of it loads, and it's, like, goatse or whatever. Trolling used to be different. I remember when I had to get off the internet so your mom could make a phone call. Yeah, landlines! Who remembers landlines? Now they troll with loading wheel GIFs. Yeah, like, that's... You troll with the format that's available to you, essentially, right? Like, whatever format of the internet, like, you can use to do something with, that's what you do. Well, this queue is taking a while to pop, isn't it? To be fair, I am playing at 4 a.m. on a Saturday. Well, a Sunday, technically. So I can't blame people for not being online. I had to tell my whole family not to touch the phone during my 30-minute Warcraft 2 modem games with my friend. Oh god, modem. Online playthrough modems. God, yeah, I remember. I played Red Alert a lot online, like the original. That was a fucking process, trying to connect with anyone for that. There was no matchmaking. You just, like, load up, and it's like, there's a bunch of rooms of people, like, we're playing a game, here are the rules, you're not allowed to use this unit because I say it's bullshit, and if you do it, I'll kick you. Which, you know. Man, there is something lost, Shifu, about, like, no longer having to lug, like, an entire PC and, like, a monitor the size of a TV to a LAN party. Something has been lost in that art. Like, it's chaining that shit up with, like, serial port cables. Something I always have kind of found fascinating about MMOs is the way that they have to design spaces, right? Like, because in an MMO like that, every communal space in the game has to be designed in a way that doesn't make any fucking sense if you think about it as any kind of a realistic space, right? Like, if you think about this, like, oh, this is a real place that tourists would visit, why would you have, like, if this is a seating area and you have tables, why would you have them this fucking far apart? How weird is that, like, to sit there and, like, the next person over is, like, 4 miles away over here? That's very weird, but the reason why they do it that way is because, well, we need to be able to have, like, 1,000 players running around in here all at once, so there needs to be a lot of footpath space so that people can maneuver around and find each other and don't feel claustrophobic in here. And, like, that's all over the way that these spaces are designed, like, relative to what would be, air quotes, realistic, right? Like, how would an actual theme park be designed to do these things? Which I think is, like, interesting, like, in terms of, like, just the craft of level designing something like this in a way where it doesn't look like it has been designed to be a big open space with lots of empty flooring. And that's one of the things, like, if you ever played Final Fantasy XII, you can tell when you look at Final Fantasy XII, when you play that game, you can tell that once upon a time in development, and for quite a long time in development, it was supposed to be an MMO. Because its spaces are designed this way. Like, its spaces have these huge, vast, open, like, blank spaces. The way that they design textures are clearly, like, they're clearly made to be able to be tiled over huge swaths of shit just in order to make room, like, so that it can be tiled over, like, large enough spaces to make room for all the players that are sort of assumed to be in there. But, like, Final Fantasy XII is like that, like, where you can see, like, because it was an MMO for so long in development, its spaces still bear that sort of design hallmark of having once been designed as places where, like, 20 people would be running through in a party. Wouldn't places like casinos need to be designed like this? No, like, if you think about casinos, like, they are all about maximizing space. Like, if you go to a casino, what you'll find is, like, yes, there's lots of empty floor space, but, like, they will fill every square inch of floor that they can with slot machines, with craps tables, like, with all the stuff that makes them money. They will, like, go really hard on trying to maximize the profitability of the space, and that's not happening here, right? Like, in terms of what's there, like, there's 2 Crystal Tower Striker machines, right? In a casino, if this was, like, a casino game, there would be, like, a row of, like, 50 of those next to each other. Because it's all about maximizing space. But this space is designed for aesthetic. Because, like, in order to interact with anything, you just need something people can click on. Like, you're not really constrained by actual physical space. Like, if I go and play Monster Toss on this machine, that doesn't make every other player in the world unable to play Monster Toss on that machine. It just means, you know... It's like there's different concerns about it, but it's part of the environment design. And if you pay attention to, like, the way the textures are created in a place like the Gold Saucer, look at the pillar here, for example. If I could just look, this pillar, like, these textures are, like, really large, and they're designed to be able to be tiled, like, over large spaces and be reused and look good, even though they are reused and retiled and retiled and retiled. The same thing with, like, the patterning on the wall. Like, lots of patterns, lots of things that interlock really smoothly and nicely together and look nice without looking, like, repetitive. Whereas, by contrast, like, if you take a look at something like the ceiling tiles, right? If it was just, like, a repeating pattern of stone over and over and over again on something like the walls, you'd kind of look at that and go, oh, that feels kind of artificial and fake. But because it's a wallpaper with, like, a nice pattern on it, you kind of don't notice it in the same way. It's all these little visual tricks to sort of help the space feel cozy, but also, like, never claustrophobic. Gambling is illegal in Brazil, and there aren't any casinos here. I mean, yeah. I mean, casinos, I've never found them fun. Like, I don't really find gambling particularly compelling. I've never found gambling compelling as a thing. Like, it just doesn't really sink its hooks into me. I don't think it's very fun. But, like, don't mourn for never having been to a casino. They're not very pleasant places. They are places that are designed generally to look very opulent and be very sparse. Like, that's what a casino is. Like, it's designed to look, like, really sort of wealthy and opulent and, like, lots of theming and lots of design. But in reality, actually walking around there, it's not a very nice place to be in. There's no natural light ever in a casino. They don't want that, because natural light would allow people to feel the passage of time, and they don't want that. They want people to lose all track of time and spend more hours than they were planning to, right? And, like, the floors are designed to be, like easily walkable, but also, like, very sort of rigid and structured, and they're mostly just spaces that are designed to keep you in there for as long as humanly possible. Like, casinos are sometimes designed specifically to be easy to get into, but then be really hard to leave. Like, they're designed to be confusing in a way that you might get lost trying to get out of there if you go, like, all the way into the center of it. Because they hope, like, if that gives you more time to get distracted by something or play another game or take another gamble. Like, they're very manipulative spaces by design, you know, necessarily, as you might imagine. I loved ARR the first time I played it. It gets kind of dull in repetition, but honestly, I was having a great time learning about this new world when I was a baby sprout. Yeah, I mean, again, as I've said many times, Realm Reborn itself, I did not find very interesting. Like, it was such a holy fuck, our game has crashed and burned, do the exact bare minimum necessary to turn it into something competent, right? Like, it was a hastily assembled fix, and that shows. Like, that shows in the game, it shows in the way that it's designed, it shows in like its aesthetics and, like, its approach to things, but anytime you sort of move into a place that's had more time, right? Or a storyline that has had more time. Like, compare the cutscenes in the base game to the cutscenes in the Hildebrand quests, right? Like, you can kind of see when the love begins to seep into it, where it's not just a team that's scrambling to put together something functional out of the wreckage of another game, but, okay, now let's try and define what this game is, like what this game can do, what it can be. We saw the same thing with even, like, the Bahamut quest that we were on, in terms of, like, the way the cutscenes were constructed, the way the dialogue was even written. Like, I felt a distinct change in the way that the dialogue was written for those cutscenes compared to what it was in the base game. Just in terms of, like, how it deepens the relationship between Louisoix and the twins, and how it sort of tries to wrap up a lot of loose ends, sort of tie a bow on them, so that like, the rest of the game can move on from them. Everything after 2.0 content is noticeably better because they weren't scrambling, panicking, fixing everything. Yeah, exactly. But I am very curious to see how things will shift in Heavensward. Like, I'm really curious to see the changes in the way that the game presents itself, the way that the game approaches character writing, the way that the game approaches these things. Because, like, again, ARR is as basic gets. Like, it really is, like, in many ways, an extremely basic game. And I'm sort of looking forward to, like, Heavensward when the game gets to be less basic, when the game gets to flex. You know? Heavensward is also really fast. Well, I appreciate that, because ARR was interminably long sometimes. The main writer responsible for Shadowbringers and Endwalker also did rogue job quests, if you want to sort of taste. I don't know, might be worth checking out at some point or another. I have been sort of half considering doing the Dragoon quest, because I heard that there are some parts of the Dragoon quest that sort of get callbacks in the main story of, like, Heavensward, or maybe later expansion, can't remember. Okay, the gold saucer music is going to drive me completely insane. I need to go back to Limsa Lominsa. You don't understand how long I have spent listening to the gold saucer music. You don't understand how long I have spent doing that in Final Fantasy VII. It is many hours. It is many, truly so many, more hours than probably I should have spent on it. Many hours. Because I wanted to max out those fucking minigames. Oh, that's better. You made yourself macros to turn off music or volume change. Respect. Yeah, I can understand that. Like, especially in the Gold Saucer. Like, and that's another thing, like, where... Like, the Gold Saucer music, right? Like, it has that very specific main melody, and it has that very steady beat, like... Like, and that's because, again, of like, the limitations that... Because it's porting over a melody directly from Final Fantasy VII, which is a game that had, like, limited space for its music, and which relied so much more on melody than later Final Fantasy games do. Because, like, Final Fantasy XIV music, like, most of the area music that you're running around, like, if you listen to Limsa Lominsa here, right? Like, there's definitely a melody in there, but it's not like a melody that is insistent on itself. It's very sort of quiet. La da 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 blah, blah. And then it sort of fades down into this, like, lilting little like lilting little thing of, like, that's just underlying, and then occasionally the trumpet sort of pokes up to give a little melodic structure, and then it just kind of goes away. It's much more vibes music, right? Like, it's much more about establishing the vibe of Limsa Lominsa rather than the Gold Saucer's music, which is about the melody, like, fully about the melody as, like, the main feature of the thing, because that's how Final Fantasy VII's music was composed. The original leitmotifs in this game are fantastic. I mean, none of them so far have really blown me away. Because, again, like, Realm Reborn, I suspect the music gets better later. Like, the only music that really has blown me away in Realm Reborn, that really has sort of caught my attention, is some of the boss music. I love how Skyn keeps getting distracted by literally everything, so it's taking him forever to get through the story. Yeah, I probably could go a lot faster if you people didn't show up in the best fucking fashion all the time. Jerks. Yeah, how dare you look good? How dare you look better than me? Might I link you my Mikota's glams? I think you'd enjoy them, plus I don't see other people wearing remotely the same stuff usually. Actually, Riniana, at some point, maybe to celebrate when I actually finally do hit Heavensward for real, I have been thinking about like doing like a fashion stream where it's just I'll pick a spot on the map that's relatively deserted, so that we can have like space, and then y'all can just show up and show me your glams, and we'll just hang out and enjoy people's creativity. Like that's a thing I want to do eventually. As like a little event. Oh my god, we got it! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's happening! It's happening, everyone! It's happening. Someone's gonna. Yeah. But what I was saying, Riniana, what I was saying is, when I do that thing, that's when, like, if you want to link me, like, I have a room on my Discord, for example, where people post their glams. Okay, second try. Like, that's when people can link me stuff, and I can sort of spend some time and take a look at it, you know. Almost. Almost. Nearly there. Nearly there. Yay! Ooh, dramatic. Crystal Tower, Labyrinth of the Ancients. Remember to look at which party you're in, A, B, or C. Yes, I shall try to determine that. I have played Final Fantasy III. Yes, I have. Well, I have played the DS remake. I don't think I ever completed the NES original. Okay. I'm in C, I guess. Which means I'm going where exactly? Well, no one seems to be going any other way, so... Okay, those things need to go somewhere else on the screen, because they're really fucking distracting. Can't really do that now, though, can I? Oh, shit, they've already kicked off. Am I supposed to do something about that? What are we doing? Valifor? Oh, hello. Does its character design look like Valifor at all? No, it does not. Okay. Probably shouldn't stay in that, should I? Okay, cool. I am not dead, so I'll count that as a success. A Valar. Come at me, bruh. Okay, can't really pay attention to chat right now. I think I do need to pay a little bit of attention to this. Yeah, because they do stuff. And I probably don't want to get, like, shoved in the poison at some point or another or whatever. Bone Dragon. Not without its consent. What's going on? There are mechanics happening here right now, and I have no idea what they are! Oh, it got back up. Okay. So I have to assume that it's these guys, if they get to it, they'll do something? Like they fuse with the Bone Dragon or something. Okay, this is going maybe not so great. Appreciate if you stayed down there, buddy. Okay. I think we won. Probably. And I am with... Okay, I was over there instead. Why are we standing here? Oh, okay, because he does that. I see. I think everyone just died. You go out there when someone pulls this time and hold the boss. I don't think we're 4 people standing here right now. Range people are not on the pad, I should like to point out. Atomos. Again, there are mechanics at play here that I do not understand. Especially because I feel like I'm the tank, so why was the other guy running ahead to fight the thing? I don't know. Group A not being on pad stops Group B if being able to damage their boss and so on. Oh, okay, I see. Well, this time it seemed to work. Where do you get these mechanics explained to you? Like, is that just basically something players have to communicate to each other? Okay, it's just fully other players need to tell you this or else fuck you. Okay. Hey, Trey! I'll give you the power of the wrench in a second, but okay, so there's patterns on the floor. I feel like that corresponds to patterns of where to not stand. Somehow. Did I just level up? What the hell? Oh no, I won a thing. I got an onion mask. Cool. Okay, again, there are definitely mechanics happening here. Thanatos, the god of death. And Nemesis, the god of vengeance. Someone's read. Oh my god, it's magic pots? That's cute. Only people with the buff can hit the boss, so probably not me. I don't know. Well, he died anyway. I am pleased that this raid does not seem to require me to be particularly good at my job. It just sounds of people hitting the floor. In this coming fight, people will be fighting in separate groups. Keep your group to the right and don't let anything go to the center. Okay, so I'm just trying to kill ads, essentially. Okay, well. Because there's an Allagan bomb in there, I see. No napalm. No big boom. I don't know what big boom it is, but no big boom, please. Okay, that thing is dead. Okay, no wipe. That was nice. Oh, I have done the behemoth quest in Monster Hunter. Oh, is that what we're doing now? A behemoth! Hey! Haven't seen you around except as a mount. And there's an iron giant. Oh, the behemoth quest in World is literally this fight in every way? Oh, that's cool. Try not to get destroyed by... I think I successfully managed to not die. Okay, he's summoning the thing again. Hey, got it. Oh, the Iron Giants destroy the rocks. I see. Well, that makes sense. I feel like a substantial portion of the people here were, like, over-leveled for whatever this was. La da 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 da. And more of that. Okay, I guess I'm getting items. Ooh, fancy. Is that Garland? Surely not. No, it's not. Okay. But that is... Oh, that is a Final Fantasy early... Like, that's an NES Final Fantasy-ass character design right there. Okay, C. There's a C over here. Okay. When he moves to the center and everyone else bolts, you also bolt to the C marker. Okay. Oh, okay, don't stand on those. Definitely don't stand on those. Okay. I guess we kill that thing now. Phlegeton. Once again, names from Greek mythology. I sense a theme. I couldn't tell you what the theme is because we're moving through this so quickly. I wouldn't have minded getting to take a look at, like, Atmos' character design, for example. But this is some Final Fantasy 2 or 3 ass character design right there. Yeah, the theme is all Final Fantasy 3 bosses, yeah. Oh, right, I was supposed to move. Okay, Megiddo Flame. Yeah, I'm not taking any chances with this now. Oh, yeah. Whew, that nearly went very poorly. You call that a labyrinth? Yeah, not much of a labyrinth, really. It was pretty straightforward. In the what mog, the Great Yin? The what mog, exactly? I feel like there's not a lot of competition for these things. Okay, that was cool. It was a little hectic, but it was cool. Well, I don't know what they are yet. I need to see them first. Oh, there you are. Now you show up. Oh, there, Brick.
Very impressive, I must say. Your name shall be writ large in the volumes that are sure to be penned on this historic expedition.
Ah, the scale of this structure defies comprehension. Someone plainly thought bigger was better.
According to the findings of my Baldessian colleagues, the Crystal Tower was constructed to collect and store the endless energies of the sun, a characteristically ambitious undertaking. Now, what are the tower's inner defenses? Judging by your haggard expression, clearing out the labyrinth was no small feat. A giant of a man wielding a shimmering scimitar, you say? Yes, that will have been Phlegethon. Not Acheron, Phlegethon. He was a hero of the Allegan Revolution.
And you glean that from what exactly? His choice of weapon?
Well, I am a historian, and I have a certain, shall we say, affinity for the lore of the Allegan Empire. It is, of course, all knowledge gleaned from musty scrolls and tomes. The ancient texts claim that the Crystal Tower is defended by the champions of Eld, resurrected and augmented through the Allegan's extraordinary technology. Chief, you need to see this!
Well, well, there it is. The foot of the tower. What surprises do you have in store for us, or what? Us! You use the word us rather loosely there, my friend. I can't tell you how glad I am to have you with us on this little jaunt, old friend. Had you not beaten a path through that maze, I very much doubt we'd be standing here yet now.
Well, we have much to discuss and digest. Let us retire to St. Cornac's Fine for the present, and there plan our next step. Lest there be any doubt, our expedition has some way to go yet.
Okay. Holy shit, I'm alive. Tiny little cat boy man. Oh, hey. Nice bikini. So let's just go back and finish up with Grahatia. Just a sec, though. The tea drinking emote. Nice. Oh, that goes really well with the outfit, too. Like, fully, like, sort of, pop kunoichi samurai kind of vibes. With the tea drinking. The tea drinking emote is like a good touch on that. Like, that's the right... This feels like the right affect for the character, doesn't it? And yeah, just indulgence. Just indulge yourself. Be the character you want to be.
Oh, so good of you to join us, Brick. Our meetings would be dull indeed without a full account of your experiences in the labyrinth. Take a moment to collect yourself, and when you're ready, we shall debate how best to proceed.
Right, okay. Ooh, materia. The Assembled Fellowship of Noah. Oh, right, they did name that thing that, didn't they? I'm just saying, if anyone has a size kink... Anyway, that seems like a perfectly decent place to cut this particular episode. Now, we're still going to be going on the stream as people are chatting along. Don't you worry about that, but for the purposes of whoever is watching on YouTube, this is the end of this particular episode. And if you want to watch more episodes early, you can hit the like, comment, and or subscribe buttons down below, and then become a member of the channel, which will give you early access to the episodes. If you want to watch them be recorded live, you can head on over to the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/tvsguide, pretty easy to find. I have a Patreon, merchandise store, tip jar, blah, 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 monetization, etc. And thank you very much for watching. Remember to be kind to each other, and may the tides of history wash gently over us all. Yes, yes, chat, I will be back with you shortly.